Hello, today we are going to be doing another Pan Pastel drawing, painting, illustration, I guess. I was invited to participate in an art show, and the theme of it was Halloween and dogs. And y'all know me, and y'all know how much I love dogs. So, of course, I said yes. The art show has partnered up with Shelters and Shelves, which is a 501c nonprofit rescue that rescues dogs that are marked as urgent. It means that they are placed at the highest risk should a shelter reach capacity. Most of the dogs that they bring in just need a little extra time, for example, like medical reasons or some space to heal from a stressful shelter environment, but all of the dogs are adoptable. So I decided for my piece that I was going to bring to the art show, I wanted to do something that was obviously spooky Halloween dog themed. I browsed Pinterest for a little bit and I came across this image of Jane Mansfield feeding what I assume is a Doberman. And I really like this photo because I feel like it's kind of cute, kind of flirty, but also like, oh, you caught me just feeding my little best friend dog here. And I don't know, I thought it was a fun vibe, so I felt like I should do a cute little witch lady in a 1950s getup, and then a big spooky demon dog. Kind of taking reference from one of my older illustrations a few years ago when I did my mythical dog series. I had kind of this spooky black demon dog, and I felt like the juxtaposition between the cute little pinup witch and then like the spooky demon dog was kind of fun. So like my previous illustrations with Pan Pastels, I started off by using my tablet, kind of almost like a light box. And I sketched out something. I like to sketch it out on my tablet just because honestly I'm pretty used to drawing on my tablet now, and I like the ease of being able to really rework the illustration multiple times before finalizing it, and then I'm not wasting like paper and pencil and all of that type of stuff. So I sketch it out on my tablet and then I trace it onto a piece of paper, and I lightly trace it with like a light watercolor pencil, and then once I feel like I have all of my lines down, I go back over with more pencils to kind of darken the lines in their respective colors, if that makes sense. So like a skin tone type color for the skin and an orange for the shirt and black for the pants, stuff like that. So I kind of know what colors I'm doing where. Once I have all my lines down, I get out my Pan Pastels. I'm obsessed with these. They are so much fun to work with, and I feel like they give that very vintage illustration feel. I leave space on where I want the highlights to be. I'll leave a big white space on her legs and in other areas, but really working in the Pan Pastels is kind of just building up the color as you go. I start light and then I slowly add more shadows. I found that this works the best way for me. But yeah, I kind of slowly build up everything. I lay down like a base color on the edges and then soften towards the middle, and I feel like that gives it that vintage vibe, and then I slowly just start adding shadows and shading, and it's almost like painting. I wanted that skin to have that very yellowy golden glow that a lot of vintage illustrations have, so I incorporated a lot of yellow. I'm kind of kicking myself that I didn't go out and get an orange. I had kind of a soft orange that I was using, but Pan Pastels you can blend with, so I could blend my yellow and my red, but I also feel like having a nice vibrant orange would have been good as well. But yeah, I wanted the skin to have that very glowy golden color. Adding blush is my absolute favorite thing to do across all of my illustrations. I love adding blush. I love rosy cheeks on anybody. I think it's the cutest thing in the world, and I always make sure everybody has big, fat, rosy cheeks. It's my favorite. You may notice that I alternate between a lot of different kinds of brushes. I have a bunch of brushes that I use for different things. Some have a very flat, sharp edge that I use when I want a really hard edge or a hard line. Others are really small for blending really small details. Others are big and fat and round so that I can soften. And then I have my little smudgy tool. I don't really know exactly what it's called, but I found that that one works really well when you're just like want to lay down a bunch of color. So all of my brushes kind of give me different effects, and I alternate according to what I'm kind of looking for in that moment. And then also I kind of just alternate to see which one gives me the best effect for what I'm doing at that time. So like, which brush am I going to use for the hair? Which brush am I going to use for the skin? Obviously, for really, really small details, I can't get in there with a brush, so I am using chalk pencils or watercolor pencils. I use both and I alternate between them. Although I will make a note that I don't know which pencil it is. I think it's the watercolor pencil, but it doesn't allow me to lay the pastel over it after a while. And so I was trying to use my chalk pencils, but maybe I have poor quality chalk pencils because I felt like they weren't giving me the color payout I wanted, so I kind of alternate between the two. I have not found a pastel pencil that I really like so far, and I'm kind of on the hunt. So if you have any recommendations for a good pastel pencil or some sort of like soft pastel, tiny thing, I don't know, that I can do tiny details with, let me know down below because I'm hunting for them. For the dog, I wanted him to kind of be spooky, lean, Doberman vibes, maybe, but with like a shiny black coat. And I wanted him to feel kind of creepy, but I also didn't want him to be too spooky. I don't know. I am feeling meh about how the dog turned out. I know I did want his eyes to glow, but I didn't really know exactly how I was going to do that with pastels. I think by the end I did the best I could. I don't know if it really looks like it's glowing, but I tried my hardest. But yeah, I tried to get the shiny coat down, but I wonder if it just kind of made him look a little emaciated instead. But then also I'm thinking maybe it's okay if he looks kind of creepy because he's supposed to be creepy. I don't know. I don't know how I feel. I feel very mixed about it. So the last thing I wanted to do was just add some shadow on the bottom just to make it look like they're not floating in the ether. So I just put down some purple just to bring in the purple from like the spooky dog's eyes. And this piece will actually be for sale at the art show. The doors open at 6 p.m. if you are in Atlanta. I will post the link to the art show down below. It is on Saturday, October 26th, so that's tomorrow, and the doors open at 6 p.m. and at 6:30 there will be an adoptable dog costume contest and art auction. They are going to have a bunch of adorable costumed puppies available for adoption. So if you are interested in something like that, come check it out. And that's about it for this piece. Let's move on to the glamour shots. And that's about it for this piece. What do you think? Do you think she's cute? Do you think the dog is spooky? Do you think I achieved my goal of a cute/spooky illustration? I'm still really enjoying Pan Pastels, although I'm still trying to work out how to work with the black, I think. And if you have any recommendations for some sort of pastel pencil, I'll take it. Let me know if you're coming to the art show. It is tomorrow, Saturday, October 26th at 6 p.m. I hope that you guys have a good rest of your day. And let me know down below what you'll be in for Halloween. Alright, that's about it. Goodbye!